Well, good morning, everyone. Beckie Belote, with Creative Memories. I am an advisor here in Newport News, Virginia, and I like to give tips, as some of you know. Except today, I'm going to give a really fun tip using one of my favorite tools that I don't think many people have, and that's the tag maker. The tag maker is going to be great this season for making tags, of course. But I wanted to show you why you need it for other reasons than holiday packages and birthday gifts and so much stuff like that. It's a scrapbooking tool, so it's for our scrapbooks, even though we use it for other things that seem like it may be more apparent. Before I do that, I want to tell you something because it's somewhat of an emergency. Okay. So our company is having their cyber sale and it ends tomorrow, Wednesday. Let me check the date of that. Can't, yes, the 29th. It runs through tomorrow, Wednesday, November 29th at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time or 12 Central. What that means is you can go on and place an order, and whatever the most expensive thing is that you throw in your cart, as long as you are a customer, not a advisor, you will get 25%. All right. Now, if you want to be strategic, you want to pick your most expensive thing, that you've been trying to put off. Like maybe it's that storage bin. See if you can see mine. It's a little bit messy, but see if I can change. So that's my printer. There we go. That storage bin, it's like a $59 thing that you can store things in. That would be a good thing to get 25% off on. That's like 15 bucks off. Um, you remember that planner that I was showing you? There's called a planner bundle. And a bundle is considered one thing. So you could get that bundle, that $69 for about $17 off. All right. So that's just an amazing deal. What else was I thinking about? Right now there's a brand new line that I can't even show you because mine hasn't landed yet. And it's for those of you that like to travel to theme parks. All right. And that one's called adventure something. It's under the what's new tab. And it'll be a bundle. And when new bundles come out, we already mark them down 20%, I mean 10%. So that they're marked down just for very limited time to get people to hurry up and get them, before we sell out of components. And when you do that, you get 10% off. But if you put that in your cart right now, when you go to checkout, they're going to take 25% off of that. So that is a crazy good deal. It comes with a border maker cartridge and a border punch. I mean, it is a crazy good deal. I can't get that bundle for you at 25% off because I am an advisor. You have to do it yourself. You need to go create an account. If you don't already have one, pick an advisor. And if you don't have one, pick me, Becky Belote, BeckieBelote. And when you go to checkout, they are going to subtract your discount. So crazy good deal. Wanted to make sure you knew about that before time runs out. All right. So wanted to tell you that. So now let me go ahead and change my screen. I did earn the trip, you guys. I finally earned the trip. So for those of you that have been cheering me on, I really appreciate you for cheering me on. I am so excited and so grateful and feel so blessed by my clients who helped me exceed my sales goal, which was one of the things I had to do was do better than last year. I had people step up to try the business, and wow, I am just really so grateful. So thank you so very much. So now let me change the screen. Okay. I couldn't go on without thanking you for that. Ah, it's not going to change screens. Why? Because I'm not hooked up to my monitor. So give me a second again. Okay. There we go. Not bad at all. All right. So, first of all, I wanted to remind you, if you watch me regularly, you probably saw this idea, but I thought it was so pretty. And we're moving into December very soon and towards Christmas. This is a wreath that I taught y'all how to make last week with your what is it? Rounded mountain border punch. So if you didn't watch last week and you would love to make this gem, that's what I made it with. This bow was with our bow maker. I also taught on there how to make a bow without our bow maker on last week's YouTube. So make sure you go watch that if you want to learn how. I showed this beautiful double page spread um, where I cut the wreath in half. And I do know that some of my watchers said that they did it so that it was this way. So that's really cool. I had one viewer, Marilyn, she told me that she made her wreath and put it on her door. So I think that's really fun. Thank you, Marilyn, for sharing that. It made me giggle, and I'm glad that you liked it that much to put it on your door. All right, so let's get on with today's tip. So you are going to need your tag maker for this skill. And I'm just going to show you a really quick thing. The tag maker has little measurements on there. It can give you three different widths. Like this is one width of a tag. This is another width, and then of course the whole thing. And it tells you here, there's like some etchings to tell you how wide you want your paper to get those looks. For banners, I like the two, I don't know, I use all of them. But today I am going to use the biggest two. I'm going to use the 2.5 for one strip of paper. And then the next size is 2. So I'm going to pick another piece of paper and do 2. Then what you would want to do, and I'm not going to do this because I have something else that I'm going to show you, but then what you would want to do is go ahead and stick these on top of one another. And again, I could have picked any other combination. You could have even done all three, but you're going to stick these together, and then you can throw them in the slot and punch. And what you have is a beautiful tag. Now you can see that this would make a beautiful border too. So if I go on both ends like this, then I have an amazing border for a page, right? Um, you could cut it shorter for a tag for a package, right? Or for a tag for a journal box. If this was light on top and dark on the bottom, you could use it as a little journal box on your page, right? So really cool looks that we get out of this, but I'm gonna, and you, there's more, but I just wanted to show you this quick look. Well, I don't think I even told you this last week, but last week my clients at my crop saw this double page spread that I made, and I took my border, and what I did is I cut it in half and then spanned it across the page for a title. I'm stuffed, which is how I felt on Thanksgiving. I don't know about you. This little turkey I made with the owl punch. I turned the owl upside down and trimmed off some of his pieces. And then this is the wispy chain border maker cartridge. I made the border and just snipped the little pieces off of there to make his little tail feathers. Okay, super cute, right? All right, so let's get that one out of the way. Oh my goodness. All right, so let's for the skill that I'm going to show you today. Um, I think I did the 2-inch strip for this today, boys and girls. So I'm gonna just use this one that I already did. So I did 2-inch cut. It definitely will work with the sides too. All right. I really don't know which one I use, but we're gonna go with the 2-inch and be assumptive that that's what I use. All right. And then what I'm gonna do is grab my deco trimmer and I'm going to lift this up. I'm going to slide this under and I'm going to center it in the space. All right. I got these blackout curtains and close them so that the dogs can see outside so that they don't get all stirred up like they are right now. However, they now have learned that they can stick heads underneath, stand up on the windowsill. So sorry, I'm doing my best. I just, you live here too. So I'm going to ignore them and I'm going to carry on. What I'm going to do, which makes this easy, you do center the border in a space, but this little indention is, and it's going to show up whether it's the big one or the small one. There's the indention on the big one. And I'm going to put that indention in the cutting groove on both the top and the bottom. So when you close it up, just double check to make sure it's where you intended. I just totally moved the whole border. I'm going to get it back centered. All right. But you can totally see that the groove and the piece of paper is exactly where it is before you start hacking on it. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and, all right. And now we're going to flip it the other way and do that again. Start in the space, which I didn't do again. If you forget to center it in the space, just make sure you do the same thing on both sides, but centered in the space is going to make this look prettier. All right, so it's really easy to not jump on this because you really can see exactly where you're cutting. All right, there is a clear little indention that we want you cutting at. And then we get this beautiful look. All right, let's put this on top of the white, not because I'm going to store it this way. Actually, that might be my favorite cut. It's beautiful. I like that too. All right, so if you cut the big one and the next size, you can put one on top of the other. That was an unanticipated surprise. All right. Um, just curious. Can we put that back in? We can put that back in if you want to. Wow. I love doing live things and being and learning things for myself like this. Like, how cute is that? All right. That wasn't what I was teaching you today. Actually, I was teaching you just this, but wow, I love that. It's on the other side of this piece of paper. Yeah, this busy print. Pretty too, huh? You know, we could use the contrast here. All right, so let's see the page that I made. Let's show you what I was gonna show you, and it ended up being another idea. So you get two ideas for your time today. All right, so page that I completed using this layout, using this border. This one, I used Christmas cheer. All right. And here's the cute little border. In the indentions, I use this punch, which is a relatively new punch, which I love. It's called Build an Ornament. And Build an Ornament, when you punch it, comes out with a lot of little pieces. All right. So let's say I did this on yellow, which I actually did earlier. Then I could use this as my base ornament. And then I can use these pieces to decorate him, right? So actually, let's do a green little guy, a green little middle. Let's throw a yellow decoration through the middle. Here's the little top. All right. And when you're putting these together, you can use your repo, of course. Or you can use your precision point adhesive, which is going to be works really nice with small things. You just basically put a little dot on it. You squeeze this little bubble and a little dot will come out and then your pieces will go on. But this is designed to get any kind of looks that you want with your ornaments. And what I did, now that I've reminded you about that, I did just two different looks. I did little green ornaments. This one, I did the middle with a piece of green bubble through the middle, and I added a little gemstone there for that ornament. This one, I just put another one of the little pieces that come out through the middle. The bigger ones that I put on each side, now they came from the Christmas cheer ornaments. All right. And I know you've seen me probably if you watch me, but in the Christmas cheer ornaments, they have pieces that are a full ornament. And then they also have coordinating pieces that pop nicely right on top to give a two-toned ornament. So if you're thinking this looks two-toned, it is. I just picked a solid and a
they basically trace the edges to give looks. All right. So is that neat? I like to keep them separated. Usually I dump my embellishments all together somewhere, but I like to keep these separated because it's easier. What else do I have on this page? So this was, all right, so I used just one piece of Christmas cheer, the one with the Christmas trees, and I cut it in twice. I cut it at 4 inch and 4 inch. So I had three 4 by 12 inch strips. I took two of those 4 by 12 inch strips, threw them in my trimmer and cut off 1 inch on the short edge. So that's why it's got this like border around. And I did that because when you do this skill that I just taught you, your scrap falls off. Um, it leaves these little pieces from the end. And what that does is it makes these pieces shorter than the page. So if you cut off 1 inch from your 4 by 12, you can center it, and then this piece will lay on top of it perfectly. All right. So it won't look like it was too short. So this was the scrap from this that I put down here on top of my 4 by 12 pieces of paper for my one sheet of Christmas cheer that I cut an inch off of. Then I had one more panel, right, of 4 by 12, and that one is big enough to cut yourself two ovals out of with the blue blade. So I cut two ovals out of that last strip and I flipped it over. So this piece is the back of this piece. And then I added a mat from the mat pack. This is a sticker from Christmas Cheer. That's an ornament that I thought would be very appropriate there. So I have place to for my little journaling right here. Um, and I am done. Super simple, right? All right. So, by the way, the little gemstones that I used here, they do not come in Christmas cheer. Those are in your seasonal sightings embellishment. All right. All right. One more thing I wanted to share with you. So when you're going on to shop to get your 25% off one item, go to the tab that says deals after you hang out on what's new. Go to the tab that says deals. This little guy, this is a little mini 2 by 3 album, and I mentioned this, it comes in green. There it appears to me that these are going away. All right. And I love this item. It's one of my favorites. It's great for gift giving. They look really small and they have all of these little 2 by 3 places for you to slide in photos. It's going to be safe for your photos. You could slide other things in there if you want to. And they look small when you get them, but as you put them in, it naturally expands. So this one is the same book, just it's being used. This one is the same book, thinner because I didn't put as much in it. All right, so I want to give you some suggestions on how you would use this $5 little guy. All right. So what I like to do with them, I started using it. My mother had Alzheimer's. She's not with us now, but and she was incredible, by the way. But in when she was struggling with memory, I would be taking her to her doctor's appointments. And what do they ask when you walk into a doctor's appointment? They ask, what we need to see your driver's license. We need to see your Medicare. I guess it's a Medicare card. We need to see your social security. I mean, they're always asking for all these cards, her insurance card, this and that. And so what I did is I put all of her important cards. This is mine now because I don't have Alzheimer's, but I do lose things a lot. So I put all of her cards like that in one of these. So I just reached into her purse. I basically could just hand this to the receptionist for them to use the one that she needed. So, anyways, I love that for my mom. Um, I also have a separate one that I like for my gift cards, business cards. Like this one, I have business cards for my networking group. But I also have one for gift cards. Like at Christmas time, you get a lot of gift cards. You probably could use one. I mean, depending on how many cards you have, you should go count them before you buy them to make sure you get enough of these little guys. But another thing, and the reason why I felt like this was timely It makes a great stocking stuffer because of its size. So if you have teenagers, college, shoot, if you have kids of any age, I love to give gift cards in these. Okay. So if they like Starbucks, if they like, hot dog place or Burger King or McDonald's or Chick-fil-A or anything that they like to shop at, especially if they're in college, to have that little subway station, places that they would eat out regularly. So load it up with some gift cards and then drop it in their stocking. You can do this at graduation. So think ahead, think about how many of these you might need. I don't know how long they'll last. They are on last chance. But like if you have a graduation coming up, all we have is green. So if you have a school, where the colors are green and gold or, whatever, this would be perfect. It would be perfect anyways. If a person likes green, right? So for a graduation, even a wedding. All right. So wanted to share that tip with you. And don't forget, Wednesday, tomorrow, 29th at 1 p.m. is when this 25% off goes away. Remember, bundles count. In fact, in your search bar, type bundles and see what bundle you haven't gotten yet that you would like to get at a discount, because that's a really good thing to pick to get a great deal. Oh, baby albums in a box, wedding albums in a box make great gifts, and they're like $80 regularly. You'd get $20 off of that. What an amazing gift for somebody. All right, so I'm done. Thank you for watching. Have an amazing week, and we'll see you next time.